When does buying beat renting? I'm always pros and cons to to both options, right? Like renting can be a better option. Buying can be a better option, right? But the question exactly is, when is buying, look at this, when is buying better than renting? Well, here's the thing. Buying is better than renting when you find a house that you find at a good deal that is cheaper than you rent. So for instance, number one, you have a house that you could put down the minimal amount. Let's just say you've, for all intents and purposes, $300,000 house. You get a conventional loan at 3%. So you put down $15,000, right? And then you get the seller to pay your closing costs. So you credit that over to you. So you're coming out of pocket, nothing. And then your mortgage payment, let's say with everything, again, I'm throwing numbers out there, is $2,000, but your rent right now is $2,500. So to pay that $15,000, which you're putting towards principal anyway, gets you a decrease of $500 a month, which then is $6,000 you're saving a year, which then in 2.5 years, 3 years, you're paying yourself back. That's when buying's better than renting, right? That's phenomenal. When you can actually afford the mortgage and save money. Now, you could take that $500 a month and put it in an interest-bearing account, put it in an IRA, your retirement, save for another house. There's always great options, right? So when other times is buying better than renting? Hey, I'll give you a really good one. Let's say that for all my 21-year-olds or 22-year-olds, female, males, right? Or brother, sister, whatever, cousins, first-time home buyers. Listen, you buy a property and you rent out rooms to your friends when you're younger, right? I have an investor who did that. He was a young kid. He bought his first house. He rented the rooms out. He literally, all the rooms paid for almost everything. He was sitting paying nothing. So what did he do? He actually paid a part, think of it like everyone paid $600. Then he was paying $1,000 every month right towards the principal. Brilliant. He's paying down that principal, right? Then what did he do? He ended up buying another property and keeping that as an investment property. Just rented out the other room and bought another property and did the same thing. There's always a positive exception to you should do this in this situation. That's why when I do these videos, I go, look, renting is definitely better than buying in a lot of situations. Buying is definitely better than renting in situations. I don't think there's one that outweighs one all the time because it's different for everybody, right? You can rent a house and have a cheap rent, or you can rent a house and never have to worry about anything. The landlord takes care of everything. You can be a renter for 10 years and never worry about the roof or the AC or anything. There's always pros to everything. But the question is, when is buying better than renting? And that's kind of how you have to look at it. When it's financially better for you. In my opinion, that's really what it comes down to. When it's financially better for you, when you can buy that house with little out of pocket, when you can know that if, God forbid, excuse my language, shit hits the fan, and you can still afford that mortgage working part-time, that's when buying's better than renting, right? Those are when you have to jump on things. When you can afford, let's say you're a couple, when you can afford the mortgage on one salary, you should always be thinking like that anyway, but so if you have two salaries coming in, it's great for savings. That's when buying's better. It's not per se the market, right? This market's better than that. Of course, in any market, it just narrows down, right? Like in COVID, it was, if you bought right away and you got that low interest rate, you hit a home run. If you waited and you overpaid, not that good. But in any market, there's always opportunities. And that's why I'm doing these videos, because I always want you to see both narratives, right? This way and this way. I'm not here just to say it's my way or the highway. This is the only way. That's why I do these videos. I keep hitting my freaking hand on this. I don't know why. So that's why I'm doing these videos all the time. Listen, not for nothing. I should have millions of views by now, and I don't. But I'm going to keep doing these videos. So I hope you guys keep following. Comment below. If you love my videos, you hate my videos, you want to know more, I don't care. Just watch them. Let me know what you think. And say, hey, I would like to learn this because you give it to it straight. I should change the channel. I give it to you straight. Real Estate 101. Closed more houses this week. By the way, guys, we're at 1,000 transactions since I started real estate. Been there, done that. I'm going to start telling you stories about the crazy things I've had to deal with. I got some really good. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a series where it's like my crazy stories of real estate. I'm going to tell you some crazy stories. Crazy stories. Coming soon at a YouTube video near you. Talk to you. Bye-bye.